Let's see. I have one person on the live. Oh my God. Está frío. It's windy and nippy. You know what I was thinking? I was thinking maybe I should do hi Black Diamond, hi Kesha B, hi Tabitha Gray, hi Allison Carter, hi Barbara Mates, hi Artsy Girl, hi Alicia Adams, hi Kimmy Clark, Tommy Moore, Jocelyn Colon, Maribel Ortiz, Marisol Lopez, the Colon Boys, Kathy Reza, Marley Valmir, Queen Ariel, Heather Avelos, Maria Maria Lawton, Morty, Billy M, Laura Hennessy. All right. I know I have been MIA for 2 days, and I gave y'all a little mystery post yesterday. Okay. Here's one random thought of the day. Allow me this one. I was thinking, since I love lives and it seems like I can't get away from lives, what if I do a good morning like talk show where it's like a good morning talk show and I just talk about the topic of the day, whatever pops up in my head, and we'll do a live talk show and maybe we'll do some shout outs like in the beginning. I can answer some questions. You guys can give me some real juicy questions. So let's do like a good morning talk with Michelle or morning talk with Mishi. That's my morning show. Morning talk with Mishi. You want to do it like around 12:30ish? You want to do it like at 12:30? That's cute. You know what I'm saying? Like a good midday show. Digo Joan. Oh, y'all want to see my outfit before we get into this whole story time because I don't want it to go past a certain amount of minutes. So this is my outfit of the day. Girl, she's giving you cape. She's giving you Burberry cape, right? Let me tell you something. This is not Burberry. Soon to be, but it's not Burberry. It's just Jamie. But just Jamie looked like just Burberry. So it's just good enough for me. Yo, that's crazy. And then I'm wearing this pencil skirt. And this is like a waist belt. And this is like that. And then you put on the little 50-cent Goodwill jewelry. And you look super snatched. And these earrings are $1. So literally, okay. So this just Jamie Burberry throw. This was literally $4.99 in City Trends. And the top was from Plato's Closet. And the skirt was from Plato's Closet. And the belt was literally $2. $1.50. So if you really want to tally it up, like roughly, my outfit cost like $13. $13 to $15, my whole entire outfit. But it's cute, right? Throw on a cute little yellow liner. And to be transparent, I've had to crazy glue this nail 3 times because it broke in half. The middle finger, sorry, this finger has cracked in half 3 times. But I am trying to hold on to these nails for as long as I can. I'm not ready to let them go. I'm not ready. I'm not ready to let them go. So I'm going to continue to crazy glue them as they come off. And we're going to see how long we can make these nails stretch. And that's keeping it real. So let's get to the story. Let's get to the story. Let's get to the story. So let me give you the setup. This is in New York. If you're familiar with the area, the closest high school is Franklin K. Lane. I am in 7th grade, right? In 7th grade, no, Boom. I think I'm lying. Yep, no. Ooh, seventh grade was, all right. Okay. Nope, that was eighth grade. Yep, this was seventh grade. I was in seventh grade. Now, in the junior high school that I went to, we didn't have Monday through Friday. Remember how like junior high school was like such a transition from elementary school, because in elementary school you stood in one classroom, right? And sometimes you would like, I went to ESL, so I would get to go to a different classroom for ESL, but I got made fun of a lot because I had to get pulled out of ESL, you know, whatever the case may be. But that's not what the story is about. So, you know, in junior high school, they give you like a schedule because this is the first time you're like going to different classes. So, in the junior high school that I went to, instead of Monday through Friday, we had like Monday was like red, Tuesday was yellow, Wednesday was orange, Thursday was green, Friday was blue, you know, like it was colors, right? So, remember that the days were colors. So now, boom, here's the setup. We're in seventh grade, right? So, because we were so close to the high school, which was Franklin K. Lane, if you guys are familiar with New York, Franklin K. Lane is like in Cypress Hills. The junior high school was close to there. So often, like when the people would come out of high school, they'll pick up their brothers and sisters from elementary school, and then they'll walk them home. So my first crush was this boy who was like, I guess, a freshman in high school, and he would come up to the junior high school and he would pick up his sister, right? Oh my God. All right, so let me tell you. So seventh grade, right? It's me, a girl of mine, let's call her Aubrey. Then another girl, her name was, let's call her Tiara. And then another girl, her name was, let's call her Stephanie. And then it's me, right? So now we're like almost, okay, so when you're in seventh grade, right, you have like homeroom, where you have like your first two classes, which will be like your homeroom class and then your first period class. So you'll have it all in that one class. So that would be like the time where like it wasn't even like high school. Like you saw the same people. We are just going to different classrooms. But I don't know, we developed a clique, right? And we had like this gang called the Baby Blue Angels, right? So it was me, Tiara, Aubrey, Stephanie, and me. And we're the Baby Blue Angels. And every day we had to meet up in front of the school before we went to school, and we had to go to the corner store, and all of our snacks had to be the same color of the day. And if we didn't have, if you couldn't bring another color. Like, say for instance, it was like Green Day, and you brought like a bag of red Doritos and the bag was red and it was not green, you broke the rules. You were not allowed to be with us. You had to sit elsewhere. Like, it was a thing. Like, it was like a whole gang. Like, we were like bad, like bad, bad, bad. Like, we were so rebellious. Let me tell you something. Ooh, let me not break a nail because I am getting real, real cut. All right, so listen. We were so bad. We were so bad. So, like, everything was, like, legit. Like, we had to have pink Hannah stationery. These were, like, the rules. We had to have pink Hannah stationery. We had to have gel pens. If you didn't have gel pens, you couldn't be a part of the Baby Blue Angels. It was like, no. You don't have gel pens. You don't have pink Hannah stationery. You didn't have colors, the snacks of the color of the day. I mean, like, baby bottle pops. Down to the, like, it was categories. Our sodas had to match. That's when Tropical Fantasy came out, and they came out with like all these colors. It was perfect. Our sodas had to match the color of the day. Like, it was real. So boom, this is when I first laid eyes on him. We were at the corner store. We were getting our color snacks of the day, and we were all meeting up, the Baby Blue Angels, and we were at our headquarters getting our snacks. We were talking about what we wanted, what was the vibe. Did we want chips that day? Did we try to go like a pastry route? What kind of soda? Everything had to be discussed. Like, it was such a like, it was like mafioso back then. So boom, we're talking about our snacks, and then he walks in. He walks in with his sister. Okay, so it wasn't until later on that I found out his name, so his name is irrelevant at this point. But let me describe to you. Back then, this is when like velour suits were the thing, right? Like matching velour suits with your uptowns. Your low top uptowns, your high top uptowns, it didn't matter. You had to have the uptowns or constructs. So he was wearing a red velour suit, the pants and everything with the fresh uptowns, right? He had the hat in red to match. He had it pushed back, and then he had like a thin douchebag beard, like thin. And he had chinky eyes. He was light skinned and he was a chicken nugget. He was a chicken nugget. I remember I was always tall. I feel like I came out of the uterus like 5'8". Like my mother gave birth to a 5'8" like child, and I've always been 5'8". Ew, y'all want to see the top a little bit? That's all y'all getting. But so listen. So he was a little chicken nugget because I could tell that I was a little taller than him back then. So I remember seeing him and I was like, oh my God, who is that? And they were like, what are you talking about, girl? And then we all looked and they were like, oh my God, who is that? And I was like, ugh, I saw him first. Baby Blue Angel rules. I saw him first. That's my boo. Now, we all had crushes in school, right? So Tara already had her claim, and it was this other boy, so we couldn't look at him because she had claimed him. Even if they weren't dating, we couldn't look at him. You know what I'm saying? Because she put claim. So when you put claim first, the Baby Blue Angels had to respect. So I placed claim, and I was like, now the love affair has begun. Like now it's like a mission. We have to find out who he is. We have to find out all the scopes. Like it was like we have to talk about it now. So it's like all that we could talk about in school. And it was like this whole big thing. And it was like, oh my God, we were in class and we always sat in the back of the class and we were like being bad and we were writing notes to each other. And we was like, so who's that mystery boy? Like, what do you think his name starts with? And we were doing that thing where you write down and you do the spiral and then you count the rings and you're like, okay, so you're gonna either wind up with such, or this mystery man. And you would count it and they would do like this and then you would figure out, and then the next one was how many kids you were gonna have, where you were gonna live, what type of lifestyle, and you would do that. Ooh, yo, I remember this is how I knew it was destiny. This is how I knew it was destiny. So they did the list, right? So we did the list, we put mystery man on it, and we were supposed to be paying attention to class, and we were not. We were in the back and we were like, we don't care what you have to say, we don't want to hear that, we're talking, excuse you. Like we were so badass. Like everybody like looked at us and we were like it, we were like it, like we were like a clique, and we would attack you. So nobody knew to mess with us. Like we were like those girls. So listen, now we're in the back and we're talking like this and we're writing notes and we're doing the little thing, and it's like, girl, guess who you're gonna count, guess who you're gonna wind up with. And I'm like, who who am I gonna wind up with, who am I gonna wind up with? On the list was David Boreanaz. I'm not gonna even lie, on the list was David Boreanaz. On the list was AJ from the Backstreet Boys. And then it was the mystery man, and then it was this boy in class named German, and we really didn't like him. He was like kind of like a nerd, but like low key, I found him later on in life, and he glued up. Like he totally glowed up, and I wanted to hit him up and be like, remember when we used to play house in 7th grade, and I was the grandmother and you was the grandfather that time? Well, you don't look like a grandfather no more, so do you remember me? Because I glued up. But I'm like, nah, girl, don't even do that. Don't even do that. Don't even do that. Like, please, don't even do that. Yo, I wish, like, low key, that was back in the MySpace days. Like, low key, I'd be like, can I try to find him on Facebook? Like, I don't even know how I could find him. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. Whatever. So, all right. So now I'm getting married to the mystery man. And now started this whole like love affair. So there was this other girl in the class, right? She was like popular because she developed chest early on. But low key, like it was mad weird. Oh, whatever. So she was like more developed for her age or whatever the case may be. So she was like low key popular too, but she was like popular in her own right. And oh my God. We don't have to talk about that. We don't have to talk about that. What we're talking about is my first crush. So, back in the day, that's when velour suits were a thing. Remember when I was talking about velour suits and the color of the day? He was wearing a red velour suit the first day I met him, right? So also Beanie Babies were a thing. Do you remember when Beanie Babies were a thing? So after school, what we would do is we would walk down Pennsylvania Ave and we would go to the thrift stores and we would just like shop around because like things were like 25 cent, 50 cent back in the day. So I remember like we came across this thrift store and they had like Beanie Babies that were for mad cheap. So we got Beanie Babies for the colors of the day as well so that we can carry our Beanie Babies and put them on our desk so that all of us, when we sat together, we had our Beanie Babies matching the color of the day. It was crazy. It was crazy how intricate we were in this like gang. Like it was like a thing. Like, oh my God, I miss those days. Like, don't come for us. Don't come for us. Like, oh, we were so legit. And then we had a special way to walk down the hall. And then people would look at us and would be like, ew. We were like so annoying. We were so annoying. We were so annoying. So let me tell you, right? There was a big escandaloso. There was a fight, an epic fight that me and the Baby Blue Angels started in school that we are legendary about. So back in the day when we had science class, right? There was a sink in the back, and in the back there was like soap and then there was lotion. So this is how it happened. Ooh, do y'all want to hear that side story or should I talk about my crush? How many minutes have I been talking about? 16 minutes. All right. I think I could give you both. So boom, we're in science class, right? We're all in the back and we're like giggling because we're washing our hands together, right? So then we go to the back, right? And at this point, we were upset with one of the girls, Stephanie. Let's just say Stephanie, but her name wasn't Stephanie. But we were upset with Stephanie because Stephanie didn't wear the right color of the day, right? So we were like, ooh, you didn't wear the right color. So like, I don't even know why you think you're cool with us. So we're gonna act like we're cool, but like we're just waiting for a moment to let you know about yourself. Like we were like so like that. So annoying, so annoying. Please do not judge me. I was so young back then. So whatever. So Stephanie had a bad habit in the class that she would do like this with the chair, right? Do you remember like back in the day with the chairs? And it wasn't attached to the desk because we were in high school. So she would do like this with the chair, right? And we would be like, Stephanie, stop doing that with the chair because you're going to fall back one day. And she's like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Y'all just hate it because y'all can't do it. And we're like, Apwe, go ahead. Go ahead. Rock. Rock and play with your life. Well, today was the day. It just so happened it was the day that we was upset with Stephanie because she didn't wear the right color. So boom, here's the setup. She's rocking in the back of the thing and we're like, ooh, we're all giggling and giggling and giggling. She falls, lands kaplooey on her book bag. So because she had the book bag in the back of the chair, she lands on her book bag. And that was back in the day where like Victoria's Secret lotions were like just coming in and they were like really, really big. And she thought that she was so popular because she had a Victoria's Secret lotion in her book bag. And I remember it was like, I don't know, I don't want to say it was Love Spell. It was pink. It was pink. Whatever. So she fell on her book bag and the lotion popped. The lotion popped all over the place. And she had lotion in her butt, right? We was all laughing like, ah, ha, 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 ha. Kiki, like we was up in there turning it up to the point where the teacher was like, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. You're disrupting the class. And we're like, ah, we're going in, right? And she's like, it's not funny, guys. And we took the lotion. First of all, it was Tiara that started it. I don't even care. I don't even care. And she owned up to it. Like, honestly, it was a whole scandal. Like, we had to go to the principal and we all was like, we sat in front of the principal's office and we're like, okay, so what's going to be our story? Are we going to be real about it and own up to all of our parts? Or are we all going to come up with a story together because we got to know what we're going to say? And we were like, we bad. Forget about it. We all going to say what we did. So what? And we were about it. We were about it. We were like, Tiara started it. I ended it. And so what? And that's our story. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. We thought we were so bad. So this is how it started. The lotion pops. She's like getting upset about it. She's like, all right, stop laughing, stop laughing, stop laughing. Tiara pick up the lotion. She starts dipping it up. And she's like, Get out of here. She puts it on her. And now she's getting mad. And now she's trying to get lotion off the floor. And she's trying to put it on Tiara. And then we all doing it on each other. And then all of a sudden, now we're running to the back of the classroom. There's this big bottle of lotion. We're all fighting for the lotion. We're all dipping it up so we can start throwing lotion on each other. And now we have this big, massive lotion fight. There's lotion all over the floor. We're like sliding and skipping. And like literally we wind up in a pile in the back of the classroom. The teacher literally went to the outside of the classroom, was calling for the principal down the hall. Security came. We were like, at this point, we were like struggling to get up and trying to get up because we were all slippery from the lotion. At this point, we're laughing, and then security comes down, and we know the ish got real. And we like, all right, so what? But we was like low-key shook because like, you know, there's that moment that you're like, ooh, okay, I know my mother's at work, and I know that my mother don't talk English, so I know that she's not going to answer the phone because she at work, so I know I'm good, but I don't know about y'all guys. But I'm like, damn, I don't want to let them out like that. But then I was like, low-key, what if this is the one time my mother picks up the phone and then, like, she got to come to school and leave work? Then I know that I'm going to get in trouble. So, like, you have that split moment. But then, like, back then, you're a kid, so you're like, whatever. But, like, you're low-key scared, but, like, you had to be about it because we had already committed to it. So whatever, right? Here's the situation. So now we're in the back of the class. We're playing the game where you figure out who you're married to. So basically it was going to be me and him. We were going to have 2 kids. I was going to have a boy first, a girl. And then literally we were going to live in a mansion. We were going to drive a BMW. He was going to lose his job, and then he was going to get he was going to win the lottery. And I forgot whatever the case may be, but that was our future, and it was like set into stone. And like low-key, the other popular girl that I was talking about, she wind up knowing who he was, and that's how we found out about him. But low-key, they kissed. And once I found that out, that like tore my life up, because literally like my homegirls and the Baby Blue Angels, they were like, okay, so now that we found out that so-and-so kissed him and she knows who he is and now we know his name, good, we can start writing it in our pink Hannah stationery. You can start addressing yourself as Mrs. such and such and this, that, and the third. And it was like so cute and innocent, right? So whatever. And we were like, they were like, okay, so we're gonna have to press her. And I was like, really, guys? You don't have to do that. Like, it's okay. It was like ancient history, she said. Like, this, that, and the third. She said that she kissed him like 2 summers ago. Like, it's not even a big thing. Like, I don't even think we need to go there. And they're like, no. This needs to be handled now. And they literally approached Kimberly. And, like, once they, like, told her about it, she was like, oh, I didn't even know it was like that. Like, no, I would never talk to him again. Like, I would never want you to feel some type of way, this, that, and the third. Low-key, next year, like, when we graduated and we went to the next grade, she low-key started dating him when we became seniors in junior high. She lied. She freaking lied, okay? But we're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. So whatever. He was a little chicken nugget. He was fully Puerto Rican. He was a freshman in high school, and he was like so annoying. Like, you remember like when guys will always do like the squinty face, like you could barely see in the sun, and he thought that he was so cute, and he always wore velour suits, but he would wear the same velour suits like in rotation because like back in the day, like people. Do you remember back in the day when people used to wear the same clothes over and over again? Like, you get that first week, right? I don't know about you, but in the household I grew up in, you got 1 week worth of new clothes every year. That's it. So you're recycling last year's wardrobe with the first, like, 5 outfits of the school year, right? So, do anybody else remember in school when you would try to find ways to remix those 5 outfits and make them stretch throughout the whole school year, but like low-key you would repeat the same outfit over and over again and people thought that they were fresh? Am I the only one that remembers that? Am I the only one that remembers that? Recycling your first 5 wardrobes. Please stop acting like we grew up rich. I didn't grow up rich. Oh God, forget about it. And if you was really poor, like, let me tell you something. I knew when my mother was really, really hurting and when like the factory was not paying well because we couldn't have 5 outfits. There was like a year, like there was like 2 years honestly, where we only could have 3 outfits starting the school year. Like it was rough. Like it was rough, rough, rough. Of course I had hamdy downs, but you want to know what's the good thing about me? I was the fattest kid in the whole entire family, so I couldn't wear anybody's hamdy downs. I had to wear my own clothes, but I got made fun of because of it. Like it became like this whole torturing thing that they did with me. We're not going to talk about that. We're talking about my first crush. But right, so listen. Later on, we found out that his birthday was 3 days before my birthday and that he was a freshman in high school. And, whatever. Like one time, we sort of like walked the same way and it was like 3 days before his birthday and like we low-key had a conversation for the first time and he told me that his birthday was coming up and I was like, well, if I don't get to see you, like happy birthday. And then like we made a split in the road and then he went this way and then I kept on going straight, and that was the only time that we ever spoke. And then I remember like when that happened, going home and writing it into my journal and be like, oh my God, I finally spoke to him today and this, that, and the third. And it was so innocent. And like I remember one time he had like a Yankee fitted. He had a New York Yankee fitted and then he had the velour suit to match and then he wore it with a Yankee jersey. So I remember finding a Beanie Baby that had like a Yankee logo on it, and that was like my thing for him. And it was like, okay, this is my Boo, and this is my Beanie Baby that represents my Boo. And we all had like little things like, oh my God, it was such a thing. Do y'all remember when the name belts came out? So right around the time before name belts came out, they had name chains where it was like a little necklace, and then it would have like a rhinestone like letter like M or B, and it would be like in gothic styling. Do y'all remember those old school necklaces? Well, I remember when those came out before the name belts, and I remember like we all saved up our coins and we all went together to like down Pinkin Avenue to go get our little name pendants, and we were all deciding we were gonna do. And like Tiara was like, I'm gonna go get my boo's initial on mine. I don't know what you guys are gonna do. Like, are y'all gonna want to do that? And then we all did it. And I remember having one like, okay, his name was like Bobby, but they called him Little. So I had an L on mine and stuff, and it was like bedazzled, and we were like so silly, like so silly. None of us ever kissed anybody, but ooh, 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 ooh. I didn't even tell y'all the juiciest story. So Aubrey was low-key like, she was quiet, but she was like the baddest one of us all. Like, yo, low-key sometimes I hope she watches this video and she knows that like I'm not using her name, but that she reaches out to me, because I remember the time that we all saw our first like pee-pee. Oh my God. So let me tell you what happened. Like Aubrey was so bad. Like so bad. Like Aubrey was so bad. She had so many boys eating out of her hand, right? So like one of this boy, like he was brave enough and he wanted to talk to Aubrey, and we were all in the back of the classroom and we were talking and this, that, and the third, and we were having like a discussion of the baby blue angels and like other like new rules and regulations and stuff that we needed to abide by, right? So we're talking, and one of the boys come up and he's like, Aubrey, I really think you're pretty. I want you to be my girlfriend, right? And she's like, ugh, do you not see that we're talking? And he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. And she's like, don't you ever do that again. And I remember that. And I was like, oh my God, like she is so bad. And she's like, okay, now for that, if you want to talk to me, you're going to have to do something. You're going to do it in front of all of us. And he's like, what do you want me to do? And she's like, after lunch in the hallway when we're going back up the stairs to go to homeroom, you need to show us something. And he was like, whatever. Okay. And he left off. And we were like, oh my God, Aubrey, you are so tramposa. Like, oh my God, I can't believe you just did that. Like, oh my God, what do you think he's gonna show? What do you think he's gonna show? What do you think he's gonna show? I cannot tell you. I cannot tell you. It was mad crazy. Okay, let me tell you, it did not turn out what you thought it was gonna turn out. Let's just say that that boy, he showed up with 3 other people. He came with reinforcements, and what I thought was gonna happen didn't happen, and then what happened was so crazy, but I'm not gonna talk about it because this video is 30 minutes long. So if you wanna hear what happened in that hallway after lunch with those 3 boys, or any of my wacky, fun story times, because I have a lot of these and I enjoy them so much. And if you want to see Morning Talks with Mishi, my live talk show special where we could do around 12-ish, let me know. I'm here to serve you, but I also need to see the interaction. It is free. Let's do a public service announcement like PBS. When they would have to like do the annual fund, the call-a-thon, and they would like play your favorite favorites, and they would tell you, oh, if you donate at this certain amount. But look, the best thing about this is it's free. It's costs you a thumbs up, turn on your notification bell, like and subscribe, and let me know what y'all want to see in the comments down below. Let's make it a thing. So until next time, I hope you enjoyed this story time, and maybe next time it'll be Talks with Mishi. Bendiciones.